Good, good, good. Is it actually? I really hate YouTube doing this. Let's see. Yeah, it is running properly. I can move on without wasting any more time. So, as expected, first things first, we have 3 new stories. As usual, every single season we are receiving 3 new free side stories, let's say, which you can simply access by going into additional story over here, and you will see added quests. They should show up at the bottom. We have one with Eiji and Yuna. We have one with Yujiro and the girls, apparently. Doesn't show which characters because it's not a gameplay quest. And we have one with Argo and Yuki. From the looks of it, I did not do them yet. You're gonna be getting some rewards as well. Only the first one seems to be giving you that flower accessory. If you're interested, we already have one in the game, but I think this is... Or maybe it's a microphone for Yuna. I don't know. I did not check. So, going back immediately to the patch notes. We have the quick match added. Quest now unlocked based on player rank. Not sure what they mean with the second part, but the quick match is, again, going back into the game. They basically collapsed the menu a little bit and turned the multiplayer aspects into multiplayer quests, where you have 3 tabs now. One is the quick match, which it basically puts you on a playlist where players are funneled into. I do not know what the bottom bar underneath them actually signify, whether that's the player pool or whether it's the specific instance, how full that specific instance currently is. Oh my god. No, not free roam. Go back to multiplayer quests. There we go. But quick match is basically their response to turning aid requests into something more predictable. You know, when the player pool is low, which is often the case in the lower and mid-tier content, this is what they came up with. It's quick match, you queue into it and players are funneled into it as well because it's a quick way to launch games. And then based on the highest level in the entire instance, you're gonna get a random playlist, be it boss raids or co-op quests. That is one of the things I'm looking forward to, that I hope works properly, because I wish they had implemented it like 2 seasons ago when it mattered, before a lot of people got frustrated with the low and mid-tier lobbies. But let's see if this can solve the issues that we had in that lower end of the spectrum. Because the higher end of the spectrum, if you played EX boss raids, if you played boss gauntlets, those were always constantly full. Like maybe towards the end of a 2-week period, yes, you would get 10-player lobbies, but often, especially in the right times, they would instantly fill within 20 seconds or something. The problem was always that low to mid-tier, and let's see if quick matches can actually replace and make it a more reliable aid request experience. Aid requests still do exist. They will pop up on the left side every once in a while, but I imagine they also include those quick play playlists, so it's like a double dipping on that front to make things work smoothly. Next up, 4 unique niche fragments now drop as rewards in Extreme Boss Raid. This was announced 3-4 weeks ago, if I recall correctly, that we would have an event this season. We're supposed to be collecting 4 niche fragments. We're gonna have 4 different EX boss raids this season. One is the new one, the Sword Golem Catastrophe, I believe is its name. And Sword Golem is going to be painful. And we also have the other 3 ones as reruns. Espete Trommel, Skull Reaper, and Kraken, who will be coming back. From each of them, we're gonna get 1 niche fragment. Every single one of them is unique. And in the final weeks of the season 4, so like almost 3 months away from now, those EX boss raids are going to be rotating daily as a little catch-up mechanic. And if you collect all 4 unique niche fragments, you will be getting something special in Season 5. We do not know yet anything about it. My personal expectation is that this is kind of a community event to unlock Neige as a free playable character in Season 5. Next up, Co-op Quest, Woods of Pluto, and Ilfang the Kobold Lord Berserk added to World Tiers 3 and 5. This is basically our new Co-op Quest variant. Sadly, I am a little bummed. You will see it if you go into multiplayer quests. Head over to Co-op Quests, and there's one node in Tier 3 and one node in Tier 5. It's Woods of Pluto, but it's basically the very first, what was its name? Woods of Recollection, altered slightly. I really like the skybox. It's a nighttime with nice Aurora Borealis. However, it barely offers anything new. The maps are, as far as I have experienced so far, they are completely the same as well, just some minor visual changes. They played a little with the mission zones and spawn areas, but other than that, it is going to be the exact same experience. I have seen one attack that I think is new for Ilfang, which is quite good. It's the, if you guys played Memory Defrag, it's the one where Ilfang runs forward and does a belly flop onto you. I think that is new. I have never encountered it with the original Ilfang boss, but yeah, figured I would mention it. Going back to our patch notes, Fuscus the Vacant Colossus has been added to the boss raids. Now, you need to play at least one co-op quest. I'm not sure if you need to play Woods of Pluto specifically, but a tier 5, I don't even know. But I played one and it just unlocked, otherwise I imagine it starts up as locked. But if you go into boss raids, right over here, our world tier 5 is now Fuscus the Vacant Colossus, and it is not the lame light novel version where we have the chubby little golem. It is the full-blown Sketch of Deep Night movie version with the gigantic thing. It has two phases. We have seen it in the Mito preview as well. The first phase with the legs coming up and the arms coming down all around, the entire frantic phase. And when the second phase comes up, the entire boss just descends onto the arena, and then you'll be fighting the real Fuscus. We have some new items to earn as well, as you can see. Some of them are recolors, like Argo's claws, but like we have the devil horns, we have the devil tail, and all those kind of stuff. If you're interested in customization, you can see them over on the right side. Returning to our patch notes again, 3 additional boss gauntlets are going to be coming once every month, and we will see them in the event schedules that they keep sharing. Hopefully we will not have an issue like the June calendar again, and everything will be properly, correctly stated, because they had shuffled a lot of things around in the June calendar. We have new celebration events coming. Again, you will have to check the calendar, and you will need to note them down, because the official accounts do not even tell you when a celebration event comes up. Currently, I think M and Pitohui celebration events are still ongoing. You need to either check in-game or check the calendars that they have shared a while back. They are not going to remind you when the celebration event actually begins, which is kind of a shame. Sword Golem Catastrophe added to the EX boss raids. As I said, that is our new boss. That's going to be coming at the end of this month. We have 4 new monster types. Gigant Mantis is the one we have seen in Mito preview. It is the, not the boss, but it's like a kind of a major enemy from Alicization Licorice. It was quite annoying back there. Doesn't seem to be as annoying here. I have fought it a couple times already. Overkill Launcher, Tonitrus Torrent, and Bright Watcher. I have not encountered them yet. I have no idea what they are. Tower of Determination layers 21 to 25 have been added. If you don't know what Tower of Determination is, it is basically a little single player mode over here that barely anyone has played. But you go in, and every single floor you need to clear with 3 different characters. Really? The one time I stream midday, someone calls me and breaks my camera. Okay, my camera does not appear to be broken. We can continue. So I'm using my phone as camera. I am very resourceful at using everyday items to make these things work. Okay. Where were we? I was talking about Tower of Determination. It's basically a little PvE challenge mode where you go in with a single character, defeat enemies, and once you clear a single floor with 3 different characters, the next floor is going to get unlocked, and that challenge has been increased to 25 floors now, if you're interested. We have additional weapons, apparently, no context attached. We have the new... Oh, right, patch notes. We have the new talisman equipment that has been added. Now, they say it has multiple stats. 1 is the main, 2 is sub, but I wanted to explore it with you guys for the first time. So, as you play the game, you will earn materials for this as well. And if you go into your messages here, they actually sent you 1,000 materials. It's just that because it has no notification item, it's not gonna tell you. Just go into your messages and collect those 1,000 jewels. But they are quite plentiful as you play the game as well. So you will, so far in my experience, are not going to be bottlenecked by them. You can see the icon for the talisman currency over here. I have 1,200, almost 1,300. I only played a single game. So, you need to go into create item, and here you have the new create talisman option. You go into it, creating one requires 100, so with the currency they have already given you, you can create 10 of them. You generate one, I'm just gonna do 1 for now. And yeah, that is actually really nice. Good job on that, Bandai Namco. Well done. Mito, if you watch the Scherzo of Deep Night movie, she is an artisan creating accessories. She gave Asuna the pendant with the poison paralysis resistance that was very useful against Pooh at the very end. They have a new little clip of her actually crafting the talisman. I did not know that. I'm really happy about that. That was nice. So we got an attack talisman, for example. We have a level 4 is our main effect, and the 2 level 2s are the sub effects of the talisman. They appear to be just generic perks, from what I can see, that you can get from every single item that is gonna slightly boost your characters. Okay, let me use all my items to see if I can get anything decent out of them, because that showed up as common. I don't know if there are other rarity things. No. Okay, if there were other rarities, at least a blue or green would show up here. So they're all gonna show up as commons. And yeah, basically mix and match. Take your preferred perks and boost your characters in little ways. Nothing game breaking, nothing game changing at all. But for example, if you get something like nullifies roar stuns, oh my god, that is a talisman you should absolutely bring to EX boss rates, for example. So little specific things, they can make incredibly great talismans if they are in the loot pool. Needs to be some more exploration to be done to say for certain. Back to the patch notes again. We have Sword Art Online Arcade Unknown Trailblazers illustrations added to History of SAO games. For those who don't know, Unknown Trailblazers is for some reason the Western localization of a game that never had a Western localization. It is the Sword Art Online Arcade Deep Explorer, an arcade game exclusive to Japan. We don't know if this is even official. This could just be, again, the asset translation people at Bandai Namco US just trying to localize it for no apparent reason. It is this way in the game as well. It's not called Deep Explorer in the English version. In the Japanese version it says Deep Explorer because that's what the name of the game is. But they had introduced some illustrations from it in the previous Season 3 update. They have added a little bit more. You can find it right here, and if you unlock them, of course, you get attack and HP bonuses as well, just slight bonuses, but it is something. Nothing new in the story section. They are all new card illustrations over here. We got a lot of Sugua over here, we got some Egil over here, and we got some Kirito, Asuna, Yui, Yu-Gi-Oh, Alice. Nice stuff. Not a lot of them. Not a lot of them. But hey, translating it as Unknown Trailblazers is better than translating Deep Explorer, just taking the pronunciation of it and thinking it's What did they say back in Season 3? I completely forgot. Deep Roller Express or something? That was actually hilarious when I first saw that. But going back to our patch notes once more. Damage description option added to options. Huh? Let's give it a look. Damage description option added to option. Damage description. Damage description. Damage description. Damage description. Is that like display effects? Screen shake? Are they talking about those simply? Could be. I don't know. Nice option. More options is always nice. And new bundles have been added to store, much like every single season. Let's head into store. We have a new Venus dress bundle for Asuna. It's a 3 tickets. What? Why is it 3 tickets? A new costume based on hit Idol of Love and Effort from Memory Defrag. Yeah, it's a Memory Defrag outfit. Asuna's voice lines will change. Okay. As I expected. It's for 3 tickets, so that means Asuna gets new original voice lines and a special ultimate ability if you are equipping this dress. Similar to Fenrir Yu-Gi-Oh!, the Pirate Shinon, and all those kinds of stuff. That's why it is 3 tickets. When we don't have those editions, they are only 2 tickets. Is this even new, the Leafa bundle too? I am not sure. Anything else here? No. All trial passes come down here. We have Argo bundle 2 and an Argo bundle that works for the celebration. Oh, Argo celebration is still continuing as well. We have season 1 bundles rotating, season 2 bundles rotating, season 3 bundles rotating. Oh my god, there's so many season 3 ones. And we have items that you should never get. That is the store situation for now. Going back to our patch notes, now we have our adjustments. Start Dash campaign made permanent, so up until you reach rank 90, you will be receiving triple the XP, 3 times the XP, which should make those low-level players, it should help them catch up, but the reality is, I think the entire player rank system, fix it. Remove the player rank system. It's unnecessary. It creates bloat. It creates that playlist bloat that you're haphazardly trying to solve as an afterthought as well. Your progression structure in online just does not work. Scrap it entirely with the yearly expansion, please. Rewards adjusted due to addition of Quick Match. Quick Match is going to be giving you a guaranteed 1 legendary and 1 epic as well. Same as aid requests. Quick co-op and quick boss raids, they will give you at least 1 epic or better. Right, extreme boss raids. They increased the rewards for extreme boss raids. It used to give you 1 legendary and 1 epic guaranteed. It's now going to give you 2 legendary and 2 epics guaranteed for a total of 4 high quality items. Amount of weekly challenges and XP rewarded has been adjusted. Has it been adjusted? Let's have a little look. We now only have, we also always used to have 5 dailies, so nothing changed here. But weeklies have been lowered to 5. Oh. But, okay, I was about to start complaining, but they increased the XP yield of every single one of them into 1200. So what we used to get was 700 for 9 quests. Let's do a little calculation. 700 times 9 comes down to 6300. That was the old XP yield per week. And okay, we are getting 300 XP less from weeklies, but in the grand scheme of things, that should not matter too much because this leaves you more time to do the dailies or just play the game however you want to. These seem really easy, as easy to clear as they were before. And it's just 5 of them now. You don't need to stretch yourself too thin. This is... could be better, but it's not a bad update. This is, I think, overall a positive here. Back to our patch notes. Quest adjusted to limit equipment to rank 155. I believe they are referring to World Tier 5. I will quickly go check, because rank cap was 150, but EX rates drop up to 155. So yeah, World Tier 5 now factors in that +5 you get from EX rates as well. However, they still drop up to 150. NPCs adjusted to use consoles. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. During the Activate the Tower quest, NPCs will now join using the console, so you can get some faster progression. Good stuff. Adjustments made to stats and skills of playable characters, which we are going to have shortly in the patch notes. Adjustments made to equipment special effects. Again, we will have them in a second. Fixed a rare issue where Phileas hollow trick misfired. Eh? What do they mean by misfire? Display character info. Hollow trick is her ultimate. What do you mean misfired? Do they mean it didn't lock onto enemies properly? Like, there is no context, because I had a lot of issues with the targeting on this. It just completely ignored the targets in front of me and did a small lunge forward and made me miss the entire thing. So if that is fixed, I am happy about that, but absolutely zero context. Fixed an issue where Dorsal the Chaos Drake Origin did not respawn in free roam world tiers 4 to 5. Okay, interesting, never knew that, but good. Fixed an issue where add-on stories were not added to battle records. Interesting. Fixed an issue where total coal acquired in Tower of Determination was not added to battle records. It took them probably 3 seasons to realize this, because nobody plays Tower of Determination. I think they can do a lot of simple stuff with Tower of Determination to make it an actually interesting mode, but as it stands, it's just such a boring and tedious mode that I don't think anyone plays. Fixed an issue where descriptions of celebration skins did not change from that of the default characters on the customization screen. Okay, fixed an issue where instant skill cooldown on combo special effect did not trigger. Just use 20% guarantee, 20% chance to insta thing. Don't use the combo special version. And moving on to character adjustments, we have a lot of stuff here. Pitohui assault rifle is relatively weak. I'm glad they are giving justifications for these as well. They have been doing it previously too. It is nice to have these justifications to convey to the players why certain changes are being made. People don't care much when a character is buffed, because, you know, oh, we like getting those characters more powerful. But especially when they are nerfing stuff, I really would like to read their justification specifically. It helps contextualize why the change has been made. As the assault rifle is relatively weak among fighter role character weapons, attack power has been increased. That's her auto attack, so base attack, not the skills. I think that is the correct choice. I always felt extremely weak with Pitohui when just using my auto attacks compared to others. Egel's basic attack power has been significantly increased in line with movement speed. That is good. Some advanced skills have been revised due to influence of other character adjustments, lowering damage rating within the rogue class. Advanced skill, rapid linear, increased distance. Advanced skill, phantom twister. I'm just gonna go real quick with these, and because they are extremely character specific. The perks later as well. Quinella, increased stamina. Stamina? Stamina? What is stamina? I have no idea what stamina is, due to low capacity to down enemies among major role characters. What is stamina? There is no stamina in the game, aside from the flight stamina, if that's what they mean, but it makes no sense in this context. What? Additionally, to avoid life reaching capacity early as a result of the increased player rank, life's limit has also... This has to have been AI translated. This can't be an actual person translate. I don't understand. To avoid life reaching capacity. Are these just internal developer terms that they're using for health increase and life gauge increase for unique skill durability discharge? I'm just so confused. This does not make sense to me. Although Sachi was designed to play a recovery role among support characters, her damage and recovery ratings were lower than I actually agree with this. I talked about this in my review as well. I didn't necessarily say low damage, but I did not feel how slow she felt. And as a result, the damage was not satisfactory in my mind. I not want to say her damage was low because she was supposed to be a support character. Maybe this was their intention, so I didn't harp too much on that front, but that is nice. Revised actions with long post-motion delay. Thank you. Thank you. Reduced likelihood of an aerial attack that can cause the attacker to land on a base attack increase. Good. Cast down for unique skills. Healing prayer decreased. Good. Effect speed for unique skill. Healing prayer greatly increased. Good. I think her healing was quite good already. Points required for unique skill. Healing prayer decreased. Okay. And then we have adjustments to passive skills, which are those you can unequip and equip on other characters if you have the base character up to level 30. Egil's Iron Flesh damage mitigation has been increased, so that's a buff. Fukajiro's extroverted effect increased from 1.5% to 3%. I have no idea what Fukajiro's extroverted does. Oberon's absorb life recovery increased 5 to 10%. Yuna's Song of Healing now targets all players. And by that, I imagine not just your own party, like the entire raid group, they mean. So that's a great change. Treasure boost crit rate up added for Philia. Effect duration is by the size of the money. Yeah, okay. Healing prayer, gauge recovery, speed up added for Sachi. You can just read these. These are the special effects on legendary items. Oh, they did. Never mind. Okay, this is huge. This is huge. They have removed the halving the durations, and they just went with nullifying all of it. That's good. So the halving effects have completely disappeared, and you only have full nullification for these effects, especially roar stun. Incredibly useful for EX boss rates. Please use this. But yeah, aside from that, I don't care about them. But those were the patch notes. Again, please save your questions to the end. I will quickly talk about the DLC4, which has been confirmed for a July 24th release. The exact date I have been saying for the past couple months, because that was a pretty clear schedule so far with the previous DLCs. We'll be having Mito and we'll be having Alice. The Scherzo Deep Night boss, Fuscus the Bacon Colossus, is going to be our main challenge so far from the looks of it. We already have the Mito preview. You can find it on my channel at the moment. But we're gonna have a quick look at the synopsis for it. And what is this resolution? Please, assets team. Like, look at this. If I turn it into a readable size, it's all blurry. Please, basic stuff. So, our synopsis is: one day Alice witnesses an unfamiliar figure in the southern forest, which is our Woodlands of Pluto, the new map that we have in the game. Oh, my camera is gone. Okay, now it's gone. Let me fix that. It's been gone for a while, I imagine. That's why I hate using my phone as camera. I'm sorry, since I'm not reading the chat, I didn't even realize. But here we are. One day, Alice witnesses an unfamiliar figure in the southern forest. Again, Woodlands of Pluto that we have. A reskin of Woodlands of Vitality, the basic one, the Ilfang area. Could it be someone from another world like Stray or Philly, or perhaps a dangerous entity like Gabriel? To uncover the identity of the mysterious figure, Alice sets out to investigate the forest with Kirito, Asuna, Yujo, and Oberon, who just happen to be wandering nearby. Of course, Oberon had to be wandering nearby. However, during the investigation, Alice touches a strange piece of junk data lying on the ground, which unexpectedly transforms her into a Cat Knight avatar. It was the Cait Sith form she had once chosen in Halo to fly through the skies alongside a dragon. So this basically confirms what I feared. It is sadly not the Unital Ring Alice. It is the exact same Alice, it's just a palette swap. We still don't know... Oh wait, we actually do know for new class, don't we? Yeah, because she has been added into the roster. Yeah, so the Cait Alice is going to be a mage class over here. And we can also see her character info, right? Yeah, okay. Let's see what we have. So, magic cylinder generates a wave of magic energy at the targeted location. From the icon, it looks like it did just a blast from the top. Cool. Jared Blade, a charged electric type slash. Hold the button to charge, so she has a charge attack, okay. And Wind Bloom unleashes a string of slash attacks draped in the magic of flowers, deals wind damage and may stun enemies. Okay, so despite the fact that I am annoyed, this is basically a duplicate Alice that does not offer anything contextually. They seem to have done a good job with her setup. I mean, very clearly they intended this to have a wide range of elements, so she can cover a lot of different areas. Not my favorite type, if I'm honest. I prefer having a single element focus that is just tied to the weapon, because the only place where it matters are the EX boss rates. I want to do my best in the EX boss rates, and EX boss rates have a single weakness and resist literally everything else for half the damage. So for casual content, I think this is great, covering multiple elements. For high tier endgame content, not so much. Overwhelm is the ultimate relentless heavyweight attacks. When triggered, the elemental fusion gauge fills up and some HP will be recovered. Elemental fusion gauge. Elemental fusion is our awakening ability. Grants the following. Attacks will deal Well done, developers. Well done. You have addressed my main concern already. I was gonna say within 30 seconds of me reading it, but it was literally all the way there. I was just following the columns. Good job. This basically fixes the one issue I have with Alice. I think this is great. It guarantees a weak element damage while you are awakened, and you have elemental damage mitigation as well as it comes from the enemy. This is absolutely great. I think this is a great feature set for a character. I'm just disappointed that it's a duplicate Alice. Of course she can fly because she's an ALO character. Of course she has an entirely different set. Of course, like, her gameplay is completely unique, but did we really need it to be Cait Alice? If it was the Unital Ring Alice, I wouldn't mind, because that's our entry, a familiar entry no less, into Unital Ring content, but that wasn't the case, so I am kinda sorta disappointed by this overall. But continuing with our synopsis, the group with Alice, Kirito, Oberon, Asuna and Yujiro isn't a form I chose because I liked it. That is correct, she chose it because... I actually don't recall if this was correct or not. So I'm not gonna say it. I'll keep it to myself for now. But that sounds correct. Despite being bewildered by the sudden turn of events, Alice and the others continue their exploration and soon encounter Fuscus the Vacant Colossus, one of the boss monsters from SAO, along with a girl locked in a fierce battle with it. Asuna is surprised that she is Mito, and Mito is Asuna, long time no see. I'll finish and then talk about Mito and Asuna's situation. The girl's name is Mito, Asuna's best friend who once fought alongside Kirito and the others in SAO. Now the Osmanthus Knight turned Sith, the sight-wielding lady, and the trio... and the trio of Kirito, Asuna and Mito once again find themselves facing their long-standing adversary, Fuscus the Vacant Colossus. With irregularities unfolding one after another, can Kirito and his friends overcome its latest crisis? Scythe is... If you're not paying attention, it's hard to pronounce for some reason, due to the way it's spelled. It's so unorthodox. Annoys me. Okay, Mito and Asuna. So, if Fuscus was not clear enough, this Mito is also not the one featured in Unital Ring. This is the one straight from the non-canon progressive movies, or rather, let's be fair, it's separate canon, let's say. However, what I'm interested in is Asuna's situation, because Asuna in this game, she is the canon version. She lived through the light novel canon, has nothing to do with the progressive movies, so the Mito she knows is not the Mito she encounters. And vice versa, of course, the Mito here is from the progressive movies, who was Asuna's best friend. That is correct for Mito, but for Asuna it is not. Because I'm not gonna enter spoilers, but I will give some context to their relationship as to what's different here. In the main series, Mito did not invite Asuna to play SAO. In the main canon, they did not play together in the beginning. In the main canon, Mito did not participate in the boss battles. Mito was very much a mid-tier player who ended up taking the mantle of someone called Ashley the Tailor and became... She wasn't even an artisan like she was in the movies or here. She, in the main canon, she was a tailor. She was the one who crafted or tailored Kirito's outfit, for example. So Kirito knows Mito as well, but knows her as Ashley. So the context here between Mito and Asuna, it is supposed to be a bit garbled. We're gonna see what they did, because so far Fractured Daydream has always paid attention to these canon, non-canon differences, but this is more of a peculiar area compared to main canon versus the Gameverse, where it's quite the huge rift that pretty much everyone knows. Progressive movies and the main canon, not so much. People are not familiar with those differences, especially because how recent those differences are. Mito was just introduced in the latest Unital Ring novel, which doesn't even have its translation just yet. It's coming out in August, so this is a very much an unknown area, and I am interested to see whether they're gonna approach it correctly or not. But that is all that I wanted to cover, and we'll now be taking your questions. Let me return over here. Alright, if you have questions, please send them away now. Let me, in the meanwhile, use this. There we go. How we doing, chat? My apologies. I literally got hit by a blue screen of death. I'm genuinely sorry about that. That is the one thing I have never experienced as a YouTuber so far in any of my live streams, so we all lived through a first. Probably my laptop overheated because there's a construction happening outside and I was keeping the window closed the entire time so my mic would not pick up anything. As you can imagine, I don't have the most professional setup. I'm literally just living by here. So, again, apologies. If my mic picks up any construction noises or if they start doing something extremely loud again, I'm gonna close the window, or do let me know in chat if any of that happens. But we're gonna continue where we left off. Let me turn on the music again so we can keep going. Okay. I'm gonna read through the chat and you can start asking your questions. Again, apologies for the mishaps that keep happening on the stream. This is why I don't stream during the day. This is why I stream at night. So, I was saying, hello there, my Korean friend, how are you doing? It's been a long time since I last saw you, if you're still in chat. Oh, someone mentioned that in the news tab announcement tells what the Neige Fragment reward is. Okay. News tab, so this one. Neige tab. Clear the following extreme boss raids and gather all 4 Neige fragments. Those are the times. Collect all 4 Neige fragments and unlock Neige as a playable character in Season 5. Okay, that's exactly what everyone expected, let's be perfectly honest. What I'm curious now is what they are gonna do with people who have not collected the fragments. Because this is a free character, they would want to get it to as many people as possible. And if they're gonna lock it behind EX boss raids, that is simply not going to happen. Even the FOMO of this situation is not going to encourage the larger populace to take part in it. So, once they unlock Neige, for those who collected the fragments in Season 5, they have to do something for people who have not collected them. And I'm interested how they're gonna solve that problem, because technically that is going to become a problem. The EX boss raids, I imagine they are not going to be constantly rotating in an accessible manner after Season 4. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I noticed the belly flop too. Yeah, that is a new attack, right? The original Ilfang does not have that attack, I'm pretty sure. Hey there, Polsky, Overpower J, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey there, Kirigahime, doing good, except for technical mishaps that keep happening on the stream for some reason. Adds a description when editing characters before doing a mission after selecting character. I have no idea what that refers to. The celebration outfit thingy. Hey there, Yult, how you doing? Just want to thank you for all the SAO news you bring. Lol, I appreciate that. You do your research and provide it in easier ways to access or digest for someone like me. I'm glad to be of service. I'm glad to be of use. That's literally my only intention here. I wish the official accounts did a little bit more. Like, a lot of the things I'm doing, they're simple stuff. As you keep experiencing. Like my 6-year-old laptop here, my phone is being used as a camera from 6 years ago. I do get the occasional technical problem here and there, like the blue screen of death because my laptop decided to overheat in the middle of summer and all those kind of stuff. I would love to do all of these in a professional setting with actual resources, and I don't even need all that many resources. Like, please, let's do a little bit better official work. When are you gonna play Floor 44 in Integral Factor? I'm still playing catch-up in Integral Factor. One chapter a week is my current schedule. I don't know when I'll reach there. Hey there, Black Spider. Welcome, how are you doing? Thank you, Kirigahime. Truly appreciate it as usual. Okay, camera died. We have that covered a while back. But yes, I wasn't reading the chat as I was reading patch notes and the news. So, sorry about that bit. Again, whoever called me, I will call them back. And let them know they screwed up my live stream because of it. Yeah, flying stamina is the only thing I can imagine it can refer to. But in the patch notes, they just said health and the health gauge as separate things. I don't even know. It really feels AI translate there. Could be. That seemed like it was referring to that. I think they needed to translate with the correct context because that was completely vague. Yes, I have noticed. I agree. The Alice would have been so much cooler if she was acting as the Unital Ring Alice for an entry. Because if we enter into Unital Ring content, we have a lot of great characters and they can introduce these great characters with the mix of known characters as well. Like, you can bring Mutasina and then you can pull at the same time someone like Kuroyuki Hime, for example, from Axel World, you can still take advantage of that. The license is still with Bandai Namco for Axel World as well. They can utilize that. And oh my, people would lose their stuff if someone like Kuroyuki Hime came in, and then Mutasina was introduced at the same time as well, especially with their links. The authors, the writers can do great stuff as well. But again, it's just a duplicate Alice in a different skin with a completely new set. It is disappointing. I think her set is great. It's just as a concept, it is disappointing. Please. Municipality of Innsbruck. Oh my, so terrible. Yeah, that's what I remember. It was because dragon taming, because of the connection with Amayori. But I am not 100% sure. I can't directly cite it from the book, so I decided not to say it. You'd be surprised, in most of my videos I speak so confidently because I go back and do the research for things I am not certain about. And I don't say a lot of things on the top of my mind unless I'm like 99% certain. And that's why people think I'm arrogant. It's just, I literally don't speak at all if I have any doubts. People don't realize that. How did Kirito afford this bike again? Which bike? Motorbike. It is from Kikoka's Jobs. As for his bicycle before, it was Sugua's gift to him after surviving SAO. I should probably change the screen back into the data as well. People seem to be asking. Okay, now where was I? Yep, we're back. That was a full-on blue screen on my laptop. I had to reboot, my bad. Have you met Bryce Papenbrook? Sadly, I have not. I have never gone to an anime convention in the US. I went to US like 3-4 times in my life. I just never went to an anime convention. It was more family trips. I've gotten into SAO quite a long time ago when 9gag was still popular. What are you thinking they are gonna announce on the SAO game show in Anime Expo? I think a majority of that stream is going to be basic information about Fractured Daydream. That's what they do in major events. They give general information to pull new audiences in. So the primary focus, I expect it to be like the general information, 15 minutes, around that range. To be general basic information. What is Fractured Daydream? What can you do? The stuff that is not going to interest any of you at all in chat. Afterwards, I expect something like 5 to 7 minutes they can spend about Season 4 is now out. We have these new stuff. We have DLC coming out on July 24. Maybe we can get a proper preview for both Mito and Alice. Like a proper character trailer they have, not just the gameplay preview they already shared for Mito. And like a very small bit at the end, they may talk about future content. Season 5 and 6 can be revealed with the title. Someone mentioned it on my Pokemon livestream yesterday, that I see that as a very likely potential. And other than that, I personally still expect a large-scale yearly expansion. These types of games, they require a yearly expansion to bring people back. Because, you know, the decay over the years with basic live service content, it is noticeable in whichever game you go. So these types of games, they tend to do a full-on yearly expansion on the, well, yearly. And I expect them to reveal something about that. I will be disappointed if they have no proper yearly expansion, like large-scale story expansion. Because seasonal content and these mini 1-hour DLCs, they are not going to carry the game for long. And the game has so much potential to keep going for a longer time. But I still think The social media side needs to do a lot better work. The US, I don't think they can do much. They are completely locked into what Japan does, and Japan is doing a terrible job with their social media promotions for Fractured Daydream. The US is basically locked into what Japan does. They are just translating the assets and sharing it themselves. They can't do much without Japan doing anything themselves. DLC4 is releasing July 24th, as I have been saying for over a month. You're welcome, Kirgahiman. In the patch notes, it mentions quest info toggle. It gives info about weakness when... Oh, okay. I've been talking about that since the beta. Like, that was literally something I kept asking them to do since the beta. They finally did it. I'm happy. If they had Kurohime, would it be her butterfly avatar or her Axel? It's not the Axel Assault avatar. It is Brainburst avatar, no? AA is completely different as a game. I would expect her to come with the proper Black Lotus avatar, yes. The Brainburst fighting avatar. Hey there, Kirto Ventus Daskar, how you doing? Welcome. That's a name I haven't seen in a while. How you doing? If given the chance, what would you call yourself inside SAO? Will it still be Gamerturk, or do you have another name in mind? I'd probably go with Kantan as usual. I literally don't have a gamer tag for games. I started playing online games quite young with Puzzle Pirates and MapleStory, and I never had this fantasy of being someone else or being this fantasy character. I never had like dream names that I have. I literally just use my name. I mean, the only reason I use Gamerturk in Integral Factor is because I upload Integral Factor content onto my channel, and I needed to show up as Gamerturk, not as my personal name. That's the only reason. Ah, congrats, man. That's a nice experience. I do want to meet voice actors, I do want to meet developers of the games, I do want to meet anime staff and all those kinds of stuff. It's just... I'm in Austria. Nobody cares or comes to Austria. They rarely care about Europe in the first place. What are you enjoying most so far in SAOFD? Extreme boss raids. That is quite divisive. I still think extreme boss raids are literally the best content this game has to offer, but so many people are so frustrated with EX boss raids. Like, people, EX boss raids are not as hard as you think they are. You just need to have a nullify roar stun thingy on yourself, and it'll be a breeze, trust me. I found something out during one of the new free story content. What is it? Tell me, Cody. Tell me. And welcome back, Cody. 56 months, that is a lot. Thank you. Meeting him in October, and I'm gonna ask him to sign my Elucidator and Dark Repulsor sword, and maybe my... Oh, that's nice. Bryce is quite active with the convention and stuff. Talisman effects can be re-rolled. Level 4 effect is 300 and level 2 effect is 150. Oh, that is good. That is good. How do you re-roll them? With effect spears? Okay, this is just the creation. Okay, let me go into a character and see and then the talismans. Rebuild and dismantle, okay. And to rebuild special, you can rebuild the special effects. Build at random, requires jewels, so do so with care. The following rules apply to main effects will be rebuilt based on talisman type. So okay, you can't get a defense boost as a main in an attack talisman. So that is good, that's basically a safeguard, and sub-effects will be rebuilt based on all special effects equivalent to level 2. Okay. What would be helpful is if they would provide the potential pool. Oh, they added additional descriptions, like where the cutoff points is. Not sure if you can reach like 100% crit rate anyways, and it makes sense that it caps off at 100. There is no 110 crit rate. But yeah. I would definitely prefer to have the effect pool that it can draw from, rather than me guessing randomly or having to create an Excel sheet. Someone will create an Excel sheet. Communities are always very resourceful on crowdsourcing. Should be slightly better now. Oh yeah, I see. Rerolling is good. If SAO Alternative GGO got another season, what's something you'd want to see in it? I did not read beyond Volume 5, so that's halfway through Season 2, and I did not even watch Season 2 after Episode 3. There are things I really disliked about it. Its production, so many complaints I have about the brand management overall and how they decided not to promote anything out of that anime. It was basically dead in the English global world, in the Western world. I just did not want to do anything with it. I thought Axel Assault Avatar because that's what she had in all the series. I like. Oh, you mean the actual Kuryuki Himmel Lotus or whatever they're called? Like the actual human form from the... That's from Infinity Burst movie, no? That's not Axel Assault. I mean, they can go with the Infinity Burst avatar, it's just the Black Lotus is a lot more iconic, so to say. Infinity Burst avatar is more recognizable, but yeah. And Excel vs SAO, BB avatar was her main, correct. Yuna's braids are reversed? I'll give it a look, I'll see. Alright, if there are no more questions, this is where we wrap up. I'll give you a couple more seconds, and then call it a day, and continue with my day. Quickly see if anything new was shared by SAO Games. Nothing new on the global page from the US. And a lot of Reona stuff on the Japanese page, so nothing new. When is the next one? The Pokemon stream? I do not know. As I said, my current plan is to have a stream on a day where I can't upload normal video content. And otherwise, Saturdays and Sundays. Maybe Fridays. Not guaranteed. But that's gonna be in the usual nighttime slot, so I don't overheat my laptop again. Did they add age requests for World Tier 5? I don't think any content was excluded from age requests. At least in the past couple weeks. Like 2 or 3 weeks. I even got age requests for extreme raids at some point. They were disabled for high tier content early on. And I complained a bit about it as well, but eventually they re-unlocked it. Congrats, man. There are hopes for something at Anime Expo. Aniplex has an SAO Games show scheduled on the 4th day of Anime Expo, a 30-minute stage event. So we're definitely having something about Fractured Daydream there. We just don't know how much new content we're gonna get compared to what we already know. Alright, thank you very much for tuning in. Please make sure to like this live stream. That is going to become a regular video on the channel afterwards. I will be adding chapters if you don't want blindly scrolling around in the timeline. And otherwise, they are not adding AD quests for groups. What they did was they created the quick play playlist. The quick play playlist is basically an expansion of the regular AD requests. You can join these as a party. And if you're a party, you should be doing this. Unless you want to go into a specific type of content. Co-op and boss raids are here. In the first one, it's quick match. Alrighty then, thank you very much. Don't forget to become a channel member, or you can get channel merch. We have a lot of stuff if you're interested. Do grab them. Nice stuff. And yeah, that's what you can do to support the channel. Subscribe, like, channel merch, become a channel member, all those kinds of stuff. I hope you enjoyed this. It's been an hour. The usual showcase format length, despite the technical issues at the beginning. Otherwise, I'll see you with... I think I'm gonna do the... Oh, that's nice. They sorted them, the rewards! The unearned rewards are showing up first in the quick match play. Is this the case with everything? No, it's not the case with everything. It's just the case for quick match. Nice. I wish it was customized into the specific raid or content you're going into, because I don't think this is going to drop if I go into an espèce de trommel quick match, for example. But maybe they did that as well, I don't know. But good thing they sorted things properly. That Skull Reaper helmet, that is not the EX raid helmet, right? Can't be. Let me quickly see the icon for that. I have it on for... Yeah, the EX raid one has the actual horns and stuff. Okay, good. Take care now, stay cool, thank you very much for joining.